There are two big challenges. One is to write for children instead of for adults. And most people, I think, who write for children actually try to please their friends. And that's not what kids want. You know, adults will look at a book and they'll say, oh, that's so beautiful. And kids will go, bleh, you know. The question I ask myself when I finish writing a book is, will a child say, read it again? Or will they never want to see it again? So that's my big question. Will a child like it? That's a very, very, very difficult thing to do. And the other thing is I find the rhythm very, very difficult. And if the rhythm is not right, the book is not right. I say to kids, I'm not a writer, my darlings. You know, I am not a writer, I'm a rewriter. And because I have to rewrite and rewrite and rewrite and rewrite, the beat has to be right. The number of syllables between, you know, the capital letter and the first comma has to be right. You know, the once upon a time, but not very long ago, deep in the Australian bush lived two possums. Their names were Hush and Grandma Poss. You know, it just has to flow. And that first paragraph of Possum Magic took 23 rewrites, and it's very short, and I rewrote it 23 times. And I wrote it last. You know, it was, I worked on that paragraph when all the rest of the book was ready, and thought, no, this has got to be perfect. Because my past is so much in education, I can see kids on a mat in the classroom. You know, I can see their cross-leggedness, I can see their awe, I can see their hear their total silence. I can see their eyes, you know, it's just divine. And you think, oh, well, you know, if I put that sentence in, they'll start playing with the Velcro on their shoes, you know, or they'll look out the window, or they'll plait the hair of the girl in front of them. It is really difficult to hold their attention. So I keep my brain firmly fixed on the kids on the carpet and the child in bed. But I've never started a story from my imagination, ever. Not one, over 35 years, has begun from nothing. Every single one of them has been from my real life. For example, Wilfred Gordon MacDonald Partridge is the real name of my dad, who was completely fine when I wrote this book, but he did lose his memory at the end of his life. And this book is about a child who interacts a lot with people in an old people's home because he lives next door to them. Message books are ghastly. They're absolutely ghastly, should never be written, and kids loathe them. And it seems to me that adult writers for children, for very young children, have a desperate need to bring up other people's children. You know, they want to teach them something. I mean, it's ridiculous. That's not what books are for. It's not to teach children, it's to comfort, to soothe, to entertain. You know, you have to change the child's heart between the first word and the last page. The child's heart has to change. Something's got to change. And if they laugh, they've changed. If they are disgusted, they've changed. If they're scared, they've changed. If they're grossed out, they've changed. But there's got to be some emotional impact. And that's why I just love I'm Australian too. I can almost feel hotness in my eyes just talking about that book, let alone reading it.